Hi, I am here with Amanda Monfrooe, who is the writer and performer of The Great Disappointment of Santa Muerta on at Muerta this week. So, hello.
Hello.
Firstly, maybe for people who don't know, who is Santa Muerta?
Santa Muerta is the patron saint of death in Catholic iconography, sort of bastion of saints. She is the guardian of the dead.
And so the play, the piece is all about. Well, tell me what it's about. I want to put the words into you.
The piece is about the journey of an actor, which is named after myself. It's a sort of degree of separation away from me, but I play a version of myself, and she goes on a journey of trying to play the part of Santa Muerta, which is this iconic figure, particularly in Latin American culture. And so she is hired to play Santa Muerta for the Day of the Dead, which is particularly a Mexican celebration. And this journey entails character research that takes her on a journey that is full of hijinks and drama and self-reflection.
Yeah. And obviously you've written the piece as well as performed it. Where did you get the idea from, or what's been the process of creation of?
I didn't. It's sort of like a lot of things that I make. It comes to me. I don't really invent things. I'm not that clever. But when I was invited to take part in a cabaret, it was called the Love Club. I think it's defunct now, but it was at the Arches, and I was a recurring performer at that. And every Love Club had a theme, based on a holiday that was real or not real. But this one happened to be for the Day of the Dead celebrations in Mexico. So I was invited as an artist who participates in Love Club to make a piece on the theme of the Day of the Dead, and then that's where the remit ended. But I selected somehow to make a piece about Santa Muerta. I don't know, it came to me that she's a rather interesting and odd figure. And so I originally created a 15-minute performance piece for that. And then when I was on attachment with the NTS, they invited me to use that funding and that opportunity to maybe make a one-woman show, which then I could use after the attachment ended to kind of progress myself professionally. And that's just what I did with that 15-minute performance. I then expanded that into an hour-long one-woman show, which showed at the Citizens Theatre in May as part of their reveal season. And then I took photographs and video material from that and the script and the objects that I had made for that performance, and I showed them to David. And he agreed to commission it for Moore. So now it's gone through a whole kind of radical redevelopment for this
space, yeah. And for us here, you've been working with the director Graham Eaton, and that's been the first time you worked with another director.
Yeah, so when I've directed, it's been I've directed actors or I've directed myself. So this is the first time since moving to Scotland that I've performed for a director, with a director.
And how have you felt that relationship worked, or what's the influence in the piece?
Well, he's just like the cleverest man. So he really was able to ask me direct questions that showed flaws in the piece to me. He didn't sort of solve the problem, but showed me where the flaws of the piece existed, so that then I could address them myself. And then in the process of directing the piece, I was able to take off the writer's cap and put on the actress cap, and then he and I embarked on a whole other interpretive process that I usually don't even get to, because I'm busy thinking about the writing and getting that right, that I never really work that hard on the performance side of it. So this was an unprecedented opportunity for me to really investigate and interpret my own script as though I had not written it. Yeah, I know. It was really spectacular, actually. Because then I was thinking, I finished a scene, a rehearsal, and I was like, oh, that's a much better scene than I thought it was. That's not,
you have to kind of take, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he just sort of enriched it, because a play is just a text until you get an actor and a director to work on it, and then it just becomes a very nuanced, textured, much more interesting element.
It's a live beast.
It's a live thing,
so
and I forget that.
Over to get.
But and it totally is, and I forget that when I work by myself. I do think I think I know it because I wrote it. Man, totally wrong. This has been really, really great for that.
And what other stuff are you up to? I mean, are you primarily interested in creating stuff for yourself to perform, or?
Well, no,
I'd
like to venture away from that a little bit. Although I've really enjoyed this process, what I'd like to do is start directing a bit like Graham has directed me. So I'm writing the work and I'm, unpicking it and making sure that it's an interesting piece of theater on paper, but then taking that role. And so, working with actors to really investigate a scene or a text and find the nuance and the texture in it. I'd like to be on that side.
As opposed to
being on stage. Yeah, that's what I'd like. But I have to say that after this experience, I'm excited again about performing my own work. It's been really rewarding.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
I'm glad.
Today, especially after the opening day, was really fun. Audiences are interesting.
Yes.
And good. Yeah.
Well, they make it come alive again in another step and another bit. So
totally.
Yeah. Well, that's been brilliant. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.